Hi there, and welcome to Graeme's Guide, Friday Live, this Friday, the 25th of November. Today I want to look at assignment instructions, and there's an instruction book here that I used for a Lego build. You can see what it's supposed to look like there, and in fact, I was successful. This is how it turned out. Oop. That's how it's supposed to look. Can't get it. Anyway, you get the picture. I also wanted to show you some other examples of what's possible if you follow the instructions. So here's our instructions for a much bigger Lego project that we were working on. And you can see that this all happened during COVID. So we couldn't get out of the house during COVID, and so we spent a lot of time on, as you can see there, Lego. So following the instructions is important to successfully completing a task. I'm just looking to get back to where I was. I think it's this one. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Let me just get rid of this altogether. There we go. Back into our unit. Alrighty, so you can see on today's agenda, I'm looking at assignment instructions, and to find the assignment instructions, you need to click on Assignments, and you will find them all here. So the reflective essay is the final one, but I'm going to look at that quickly today. Assignment 2 is the next major one that's coming up, but you don't need to hand that in until I think it's week 7. And but what is coming up from this Sunday, the first online test will open. Now, this is not a high degree of difficulty, so I don't think you need to. I'm sure people will be concerned and anxious about completing the online test. There's no extensions available for the online test, so you must get in there and complete it during next week. You have a whole week to complete it, but you don't. There's no point in asking for extensions because it's not possible. One of the reasons is because once the test is completed, all the answers are available. So it doesn't make much sense allowing people an extension once all the answers become available. So make sure you complete the online test. There's only 5 questions in each of these tests, and they relate to the week that the test is in. So the week 4 question, there'll be questions on week 4 in the first test. But on my agenda, I wanted to actually speak about Assignment 3. I just want to finish, so Assignment 3 has been about goal setting. Let me just go down to this current week. In this current week, we had, and the reason why I'm looking at this current week is because these learning theories, these models of learning, that might be a goal that you would like to develop. You would like to develop your expertise in one of these models of learning. And, we had transmissionism, and that's, really mostly occurs in high school where the teacher's at the front of the classroom and delivers you the information. But constructivism is what many of you realize is what you're actually doing. And you might like to develop constructivism as a course goal, perhaps. Constructivism is when you bring your current knowledge and experience and you combine that with new knowledge to construct knowledge. So that's something that you can do yourself. And then we moved on to social constructivism, which is a little bit different. Where, again, you're using the experience that you've gained over your lifetime and you combine that with new knowledge that you gain here in this unit. But then you come into the discussion boards and you inquire more about it and you talk about how you can apply that new knowledge to your specific area of expertise. So the learning that you do in this unit, those studying education will have a bit of a different takeaway than those who are studying psychology. So when it comes to your final essay, if you're wanting to talk about developing your skills in social constructivism as a course goal, those people who are writing about who are studying psychology probably will have a different take on the benefits of developing social constructivism than those working in education. So that's just one last little thing about goal setting and assignment 3. We'll probably move on to assignment 2 now as an important focus for the next few weeks, and we'll come back to assignment 3 towards the end of the teaching period. But I just wanted to mention that because people are still thinking about choosing goals, and those learning theories, constructivism and social constructivism, they may be an opportunity to, as a course goal to develop one of those. So let's go back to the modules and into our current week, because our current week is important for assignment 2, where we're going to be talking about language registers. In assignment 2, you're given a case scenario. And again, as I've said, your context should be the area of or career area, your field that you're going into. So if you're going into psychology, then we recommend that you choose the case scenario that would best suit a psychologist. Again, if you're in teaching, come at this as if you're already a teacher. You need to put yourself in the position in assignment 2 of the lead character in the case scenario. And you need to find a code of ethics for teaching and apply that code of ethics to respond to resolving the ethical issue. So each case scenario, there'll be one or more ethical issues. You just need to choose one ethical issue. I'm thinking in the education case scenario, there's many ethical issues there, but you need to choose the ethical issue that directly affects the lead character. And the lead character can use a code of ethics, can apply a teaching code of ethics to help resolve the ethical issue. So you must look at it from the point of view of the lead character. And then in assignment 2, you'll be talking about language register. I would just make a note here that with language registers, they apply to both written and verbal communication. So language registers exist in written communication and verbal communication. And that might be an important note to keep in mind when you're completing the online test this coming week. Alrighty, so the next section in week 4, just going to have a quickly look ahead to week 4, is spoken and unspoken messages. So if you're not sure about what spoken and unspoken messages are, then I highly recommend asking that question in the discussion boards and getting a better idea of what those spoken and unspoken messages are, and you can discuss the example that we have here in the discussion boards. Is there something else in this module I want to look at? Let me go down and have another look. No, it mentions here about getting ready for the quiz. Don't click on the quiz. Don't click on going to the quiz until you're ready, because once the quiz starts, you have 30 minutes to complete it. So don't click into the quiz, because once you click in, it started. So make sure that you're ready before you click into the quiz. That's just another tip on assignment 1. Okay, no, I think that's enough. So if you want more information about the assignment 2, go into the discussion board and click on the assignment 2 discussion. And in here, you'll find that I've provided quite a lot of guidance on how to best complete assignment 2. I'm going to finish up now with looking at assignment 1. Sorry, I'm just trying to get back to where I was. Okay, so the assignments. Okay, so yes, so on assignment 1, the online test, as I said, make sure that you complete that during the coming week. When you're looking at this, it's important to keep in mind that it's only really going to be the questions are going to relate to week 4. And, it's going to talk about communication. So, for example, if you're communicating with me, your ELA, if you send me an email and you're waiting for a response, well, don't wait longer than 48 hours before you check in to see whether I've received the email. In fact, if you waited, the next day would be okay. So if you sent me an email and you're waiting on an answer, checking in with me, sometime in that window after 24 hours, but less than 48 hours, that would be perfectly fine to give me a nudge and find out, have I seen your email and, can I provide an answer to you? Other things that you might like to keep in mind are let me think, sorry, probably... Yeah, so again, with communication, we like to think that the best way of communication is in the discussion boards. When you ask a question in the discussion boards, I'll answer it or a fellow student will answer it, and then everyone benefits from that discussion. So really the best communication here in our unit is, it's more than two-way communication. It's all of us communicating together in the discussion boards. So that might be useful to keep that in mind also when you're completing the quiz. That's probably enough from me today. If you have any, I'll be in the discussion boards over the weekend, so if you've got any questions about the quiz or any of the assignments, feel free to ask. Thanks for joining me today on Friday Live, and look, it's only 1.5 minutes overtime, because I want to stay within 10 minutes. All right, catch you next week on Friday Live, and I'll also catch up with you in the discussion boards. Bye for now.